wanna ask you a couple current things going on right now
Yeah.
before we
Go
get
ahead.
up out here. I don't know if you see what's going on with Diddy right now. What's your thoughts on that? That's it's a lot, because it seems like that's a tactic they use a lot, whether it's true or not. Particularly black men in power. Kind of the same thing with Cosby a little bit. But I would like to get your thoughts on that.
Bill Cosby, I said from day one, constitutionally, they don't have a case on him, and any conviction they secure will be inappropriate and reversed. And that happened. You had a chicken shit motherfucker who was the trial judge, whose bitch wife was withholding the pussy if he didn't go along with what she wanted because she was a feminist. And what wound up happening is he let a lot of shit go wrong in his courtroom, which was a disgraced profession. And you see, the district attorney who was in power at the time says, we have no intent of prosecuting Mr. Cosby.
Right.
None at all. And we find that the complainant is not credible and the accusations are unsustainable.
Mm-hmm.
The civil judge who had a case said, okay, since there's no possibility of prosecution, you are now compelled to make these depositions. Ordinarily, when there's a pending criminal case, Fifth Amendment says you have a right to remain silent. You cannot be compelled to be a witness against you yourself. Since there was no prosecution, he can be compelled in a civil case to provide evidence against himself if necessary. Well, the newly elected DA, some asshole, stupid motherfucking asshole who broke his oath to uphold the Constitution and said, I'm not bound by that. I'm going to get him. So they used the deposition when he admitted to certain facts, but not the intent. In other words, yeah, I gave a heifer some drugs. She was trying to get high and get some BBD or BBC.
Right.
And she got what she wanted, but that's not, I forced it on her. She was knowing about it. He used that as part of his case in chief. And the asshole who was the trial judge delayed for 6 months what he was supposed to be turning out in no more than 60 days so Cosby could spend more time in it. I talked to Doc and he said they told him on the parole board, sent the word down, just go ahead and admit your guilt and we'll let you out in a week. He said, hell no, I didn't do shit. The heifer wanted her ass up in there to jumpstart a non-existent career. She wanted some BBC, sex, drugs, rock and roll, sex, drugs, movies, sex, drugs, basketball, baseball, football, sex, drugs, golf, sex, drugs, TV, and that's what she got. Now, that happens. I know about that. A whole lot of chicks tried to use the casting couch to jumpstart an unpromising career. Some of those folk that were on that, what was it, the women's magazine that had a whole bunch of the women that claimed Cosby victimized them on the cover. Well, back in the 70s, I remember that I went to some of the Hollywood parties where they wanted some militants to come in to add flavor. And we'd come there and they'd have all of the paraphernalia and the whiskey, the wine, the beer, and the VIPs. And you'd have a chick walk in there, take off her trench coat. She's total see-through. No bra, no pockets. 15 minutes later, she's topless. 30 minutes later, she's bottomless. Hour later, no panties. She got a belt on. That's all she's wearing. And over the next couple of hours, you run into her, like, come on, hurry up, man. Hurry up with the bathroom. Do what you gonna do. And then she run out naked, wiping her mouth where she's gone down on somebody and didn't completely swallow. And then you run into her laying up on the bed in the bedroom where everybody had their coats parked, screwing somebody. And then 2 days later on Sunday, you see her at another party and she's sitting up there doing the same thing. And now she's complaining about she got used and abused.